I have burnt my tongue on some tea, just as we will burn our brain cells on this audacity. Greetings, weary travelers and fellow story gremlins, to the Reaction Sleepover. This is the series we get cozy and we react to stuff. On this cozy fall day, we shall review some not cozy behavior. Stay kind and cozy, words to live by. The daily reminder to not be a goblin, be a gremlin, as we are about to see in these stories. So, without further ado, grab your cozies and snackies. Let's head on into it. Hope you're warmer than I am. My hands and my nose are frigid. A squirrel! In this season? Actually, there were a couple birds. I don't know what kind they were, but they were just hanging out outside. I'm like, it's November. What are you guys doing? They invited my daughter to be a flower girl, but I was not invited. Interesting. Have I been eating crazy cakes? I am every day of my life. I wonder what flavor a crazy cake would be. Just really weird flavors. Am I off base? I really need to know. Becky is someone I have known for many years. We are in the same social circle, more like friends of friends, but we are not super close. It's really more like acquaintance I run into from time to time. I do see them and hang out with them at gatherings, probably 3 to 4 times per year. I don't know why I just looked at you then. Pay attention! Look at me! But I've never been to their house, nor them to mine. We are NPCs to each other. I wonder how NPC moments I have. You ever wonder about that? Just when you're out in public, you're an NPC in someone else's story. I'm a single parent to an 11-year-old girl, and I received a call from Becky, who has never called me in her life before this. Never? Oh. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense with acquaintances, but that would be kind of funny. Her name flashes on the screen, you're like, what is this? Witchery? Witchery? Witchcraft? All the above. I realize I'm still holding my cup. I might put it down. Beep beep. The utter panic that you feel, just like every other time that you get a phone call that you're not expecting. Asking if my daughter would do the honor of being a flower girl because there are no other young kids in her family. Yeah, if that's specifically what you're wanting. It's just your uncle being the flower person. Welcome everybody! Cracking jokes as he's throwing the petals. Flower uncle. Side note, my daughter who would eat that up. She'd love to be a flower girl. I asked for the wedding date and where it was, and she told me that it was at a winery in the middle of nowhere. Odd to specifically say it's in the middle of nowhere. It's fine. Oh yeah, and you're not? Okay, yeah, hold on. I know there's more to read, but yeah, even thinking about just that, I said a wedding in the middle of nowhere, and these are acquaintances, but you are not invited to look after your child in the middle of nowhere, in a room full of strangers. I don't know if I'd be a fan of that either. Let's go on. Almost 2 hours driving from where we live. But she also said that it's an extremely intimate wedding for family and a few... Let me finish the sentence first. Hold off, squirrels. Hold off! And a few very close friends, and unfortunately there wouldn't be room for me at either the ceremony or reception. I'm sure you can understand. I understand that you're out of your mind. Yeah, that feels really, right off the bat, that feels strange. I mean, like I was saying a minute ago, like, hold on. This is in the middle of nowhere, and I'm not invited to look after my child in a room full of people I don't know. Not accusing of anything, but like, any parent who wants to look after their child would feel uncomfortable by that. I would feel uncomfortable by that. I don't want to drop off my kid in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I would feel uncomfortable with that. And that's point 1. Point B, this is an intimate wedding, family and a few close friends, but then there's just this random girl that you don't really know? Come on, just get Uncle Jared to do it. Or maybe someone has a baby, that could be cute. Someone holds the baby as they throw petals down or something. Because like traditionally, yeah, I mean, I can understand wanting to have someone who's typically around that age range to be the like flower girl or whatnot, but all the context together so far, it's very odd to be like, I want your daughter, but not you. Weird. I told her I'd have to look into it and call her back because, honestly, I was too stunned to reply. The woman was too stunned to speak. Listen, I have zero problems not being invited to anyone's wedding. You do you and your day. No problem. But let me get this straight. Becky wants me to spend the time, money, on getting a flower girl dress and shoes, Drive my kid 2 hours away to a winery. This is a winery too. In the middle of nowhere and drop her off unsupervised with a bunch of adults that I don't know. And I should do what? Wait in the car? Wait down the road? Wait in the bathroom? Yes, hide in there. When the bride inevitably has to go to the bathroom and deal with all that nonsense, you pop out of the stall like, boo! Like some little toilet gremlin. You can't contain me! Wait in the kitchen with the caterers? LOL. Now, I agree. I would feel very uncomfortable with that. There isn't even a cafe within a 30-minute drive. Yeah, because, like, you know, no one wants anything to happen. But what if something happens and you're not there? That poor thing would feel so scared, I feel like. Depending on how, like, shy she is. I mean, some kids are very friendly, but that doesn't mean that you should just leave them in a group of strangers when you're not allowed to be in the vicinity. Am I off base thinking this is just totally bonkers? Not really. I really don't think so. And then, this is an update. So this text message string is from a few months ago, and I'm just getting around to sending it. So I tried to take the high road with a polite, we're unavailable, and got hit back with, just say you don't wanna or you're a brokey. I'm gonna... Let me just get back to you. By the way, this is a stress toy fridge. It's gotten me through some tough moments. Like right now. The audacity to receive a polite no and then just assume that they're just broke. And even if they don't want to, brain is breaking as we speak. This is an acquaintance. To have the audacity to go, like, to be offended by someone saying no when they're not even really that close with you. I assume you said that this is just an acquaintance. Or just be like, oh, just tell me you're broke. Like, hey, ma'am, I'm allowed to say no. That is so rude. There is no need. That is unfortunate when people, like, are truly not expecting people to say no and then they throw a fit about it. Like, people can say no, especially if they really have little to no obligation to cater to your demands. From the context, this person does not need to feel obligated to say yes. Or even go into detail. No is a full answer. No is a full answer. Yeah, if someone says no, don't, especially very reasonably, there's no need. This is not the only person available for tossing flowers on the ground. Into the naughty corner you go. No ice cream for you. That is so unnecessary. I have to confess the 2 glasses of Cabernet Dragon woke up inside me and I kind of went off on a rant. Was it my finest moment? Absolutely not. Did I say F right off near the end? Yep, that was me. It's like that whole story time of, yep, that's me. And I blamed the wine. And the effing audacity of, well, all of it. On the plus side, she never applied and it has been months, so I assume the role of unpaid child actor went to central casting and this episode is closed. Unpaid child actor. It's not even that far off. It would be an unpaid child actor. That child would straight up be like, I don't know you! And then we actually have some screenshots of that interaction. Our storyteller says, unfortunately, we are unavailable at that time. Sending warm wishes that your wedding is everything you've dreamed of and wish... I can read, I promise. And wish you both the best in your new life together. Congratulations. Heart, bride, ring. For real? Oh boy. You're busy over a year from now? Just say you don't want to do it or are a brokey. LOL. Literally word for word. Ha ha ha. Also, people plan things years in advance that are not wedding related. Weddings are not the only thing that people plan. Just take the no. You're not entitled. Period. I was trying to do something nice and include your kid in my day, and you can't even be honest. So rude. Goodbye, soul. I didn't need you anyway. IDK why you're acting like this. I don't know why you're acting like this. This is Goblin behavior. Desist. Oh my goodness, this is a wall of text. And as our storyteller says, not their proudest moment. And I respect that, like reflecting on it, be like, you know, that probably was unnecessary. Was it cathartic? Probably. But you know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes we just lose our cool, especially if we are trying to do better from that point on. All you can do is accept that it happened and try to do better. So our storyteller responded with, come again? WTF. I tried to take the high road, but you had to push it. So let's get this straight. You asked me to dress up my 11-year-old child, spend time and money to drive her 2 hours away to a remote winery, and hand her off like a meatloaf, unsupervised, to a group of adults she doesn't know, just so she can perform in your ceremony while I text notes. Wait alone outside like the hired help. Let's call it what it is. What you are asking for is a prop, a glorified Insta accessory, not a guest, not an actual human being. Ooh. I mean, here's the thing. Could it have been said in the more taking the high road way? Absolutely, that's always true. But like, given all the context, isn't that kind of what she's asking for? Not even asking, demanding? Ma'am. I declined politely and you accuse me of being rude. WTF. What's rude is treating my kid like a decorative accessory, an effing prop, and if that's not bad enough right there, but then you add acting entitled to her presence without extending even the most basic respect to her parent. The fact that you don't even see a problem with this is exactly why the answer is no. That sentence in itself, I think, is perfectly reasonable. Like, that is quite rude. Because it is one thing to ask, but it's another thing to then throw a fit if someone says no. Even if this person was close to that bride, they are still within their right to say no. And the respectful thing is to respect that. There is a reason why sometimes people will show true colors, or at the very least, very, very poor behavior around events like weddings or stuff like that. Seriously, WTF are you thinking? You are completely delusional. Delusional. Please stop texting because you can F right off. I won't change my mind. Now, like they said, that was pretty intense. And, you know, as far as they are expressing, like, they are trying to take accountability for that, and they're like, yeah, that was a little too far. And I think it's also true that, like, this is your child. Like, the mama bear was coming out. I understand that. Like, there is room for both, I think. I'm a big believer in that. Like, nuance is difficult, but I think important, because I generally agree. Like, if someone's being rude to you, do your best to not escalate it. But again, sometimes you just lose your cool, especially if it's, you know, involving your child that you are protective over. I also understand that. Both are true. We just do our best. Holy halibut. Yeah, no. Even if going off on her was a little unnecessary, that's a matter of opinion, I think. The feeling itself of being like, heck no. Completely valid. I would say, yeah, no. Especially if a person is then losing their mind at you saying no. If someone is really that offended by a very reasonable no, probably worth revisiting the relationship with said person. Big stinky. Go stand in the corner. Do not pass go. You do not get my $200. Use your own money to buy your hand towels and spoons. I do not believe you ate crazy cakes. I believe she did. Let's decide together what the crazy cakes flavor would be. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, I respect that. Like, it sounds like this person really tries to be self-aware and own up to not very proud moments. But also, hey, protect your child. Absolutely agree with that. There's no way I'd send my kid to basically a stranger's wedding by themselves. No! And then thankfully, we can balance the goblin behavior with cozy gremlin behavior, because thankfully in this world both exists. And this one is got to be a fairy godmother. That is so cute. My goddaughter is getting married. My husband and I are very close to her. We bought her wedding dress and this weekend went with her for the alterations. My husband has a great eye for shape, details, etc. And our goddaughter has a hard time communicating what she wants, so he's great at understanding what she's trying to say. That must have been very helpful. Fashionable fairy godparents, the best kind. I sew and speak sewing language. Sewing language, that's great. So I was there for that part. Our goddaughter is tall, thin, and really gorgeous, and every sample size fits her perfectly. The alterations ladies had different suggestions from what she was thinking, but nope, she has a vision. She got the details just how she wanted and was super thrilled. Yay! That is lovely. I'm glad that was fairly streamlined. I went to a wedding recently where the bride, she tried on the dress she wore and she was like, this one. And I was like, that is so cool. I'm so jealous, but also that is so cool. To be able to just have the clear vision for what you want. Because honestly, I wasn't sure what I wanted. Other than, I don't know, I went for really like the princessy vibes because it's like, well, this is the time I'm going to feel the most princessy of my life. So yeah, and what I got ended up being like that. So that was really nice. And our wedding was very space themed. So I got to be space princess. Lumpy space princess. And then she showed us her planned reception dress, a simple slip dress. Her bridesmaids are wearing the same color and it's an evening wedding, so many people also wear the same. We had her try on several other styles, colors, etc. At the last minute, I grabbed a few short white dresses from the sale rack. Well, it turns out they were juniors, so the sizing was way off from what she was looking for. The correct size was so short she wouldn't come out of the dressing room. She's like, please, no. Gotta love that when you're trying on things and you're like, definitely not. I had her try on one that I thought would need loads of alterations, but it fit perfectly. Added some other personal touches, and I've never seen her so happy. Anyway, she now has her 2 white wedding dresses, and she is thrilled, and we are thrilled. It was a really nice special moment, and we were happy to buy her a more appropriate reception dress. The big kicker? The dress was $30 because it was on sale. So nice. The alterations? Ha ha ha! This person deserves to be an honorary gremlin. More than twice the cost of the dress, and it kills me because I probably could have done it for about $3. But she's happy, so I'm happy. Aw, that's so cute. I'm glad that all worked out. Well, it sounds like she was intending on going with a different color for the reception dress, which I don't know how common that is to go with a different color than white. I mean, anytime I see like a black wedding dress, for example, or just, I don't know, not completely white. They're so pretty. So I'm sure that people do other colors than white for their reception dress. But it's either way. It kind of depends on the person what's more appropriate, but it sounds like she's happy, so that's cool. Yay! We love happy stories. In fact, I'm probably gonna make a compilation of happy wedding stories because dang flabbit, we need positivity. And then our gremlin spotlight will be by Pixie Bunny 33. I start with "You're so funny, LOL." Thank you. I try. "Your anniversary is my birthday, 6/6. How fun. Happy belated. Guess I need to get married on 2/22 now." And you better. I'll hold you to that. Want you to see me in the back of your mind as you're planning. I'm just kidding. Obviously, you don't need to. I do not want to haunt your dreams during your wedding planning. Other than to be a good gremlin. Don't let entitled behavior possess you. Because as we always say, there are plenty of ways to have a lovely wedding that doesn't have to involve burning bridges. So do your best to not do that in both weddings and in life. Communicate your feelings. As we always say, feelings are valid. Mistreating people is not. Don't do that. Do not be a naughty goblin. Be a cozy gremlin. I'm forgetting to say this in the beginnings of videos for some reason. But if you have any stories you'd like to share, wedding or otherwise, you can either email me or there's links in the description. I would love to read them. Give them to me. I hope you're doing well. But if not, I hope this video has brightened your day at least a little bit. Really appreciate you being here and supporting the channel. Thank you so much. Let us collect more gremlins as we get cozy and enjoy stories together. That's pretty much what this channel is, and I love it. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, do your best to be a good human, and I will see you in the next video.